So, what do we have today? It's amazing quality Unisheen Video Recorder box with some parts included. Alright, so the customer declared that the USB port got loose a little bit. He left one screw inside to hold it together. It looks like the screw was really not necessary. Actually, maybe that one is broken inside. So let's try to crack open. Now the USB port is lost somewhere inside. Who knows where? Oh, there it is. Alright. So if you're wondering this box, what does it do? You hook it up to your VHS player, VCR, and it can record to an SD card. Quite simple. Alright, let's take a little bit closer look. Yeah, okay. We have the 5 volt and the ground plate intact. The 2 data line is missing, and basically the 2 support which should hold the USB port in place. That one is missing as well. Okay, let's see if we can fit it, or some things may be lost forever and we have to find another USB port. Nope, it's okay-ish. I think we can deal with this. So my plan is to use some super glue. You know, you don't have to always overthink. Just stick with the basics. We put some super glue on the bottom, and after we're gonna solder back the rest, because obviously that 2 support on the side, that's not gonna hold anything. It didn't hold before, and it's definitely not gonna do it now. So yeah. So we just have to push it down, solder the pins, and here we go. Just have to find the perfect position. Alright. We're gonna use a little flux. This type, if you're wondering, actually it's very good with these lead-free applications, and it doesn't smell terrible. So it's not like the Chinese flux, it's a little bit better. It's still dangerous. I mean, it's coming around 6 pages of warnings, why it can cause cancer, you lose your ability to make children, and all the other stuff. Now, because I'm gonna solder the ground pin, maybe it's a good idea to use some gloves before I burn my finger down completely. At the moment I still have fingerprints, which is very handful when, you know, somebody tried to identify you. Maybe one day I have to switch business and I can solder without a glove. But at the moment I still need them. Alright, so we're gonna do this side as well. because it's a ground, so I'm just pushing with 450 degrees, and after a while it's gonna catch up. Now this is not gonna hold. This is why we have the super glue, but it's gonna make a nice ground connection. Alright, so let's see the last ground pin. Perfect, I think. I mean, I wanna make sure it's really melted on. Oh, come on, that's ugly. Yep, it's melting. I just wanna see the two piece in one piece, and after I'm gonna let it go. Unfortunately, after a while this fluxes start burning black color, which doesn't make things easier to see, but we're gonna get there. Patient is virtue. And also we can use some little extra solder. A nice connection. Yeah, that looks much better. Now 5-volt rail, that's gonna be much easier. There we go. Now on the two data lines, because we ripped off, we definitely have to rewire those. I'm just using this standard wire in that case, which is 0.02 millimeter. For data, that one is more than enough. It doesn't really carry any current, so it's not like gonna burn or anything. Oh, by the way, if you're thinking about what this box do, basically you hook up to an old camcorder or an old VCR, and you play down the video, and this one is saving everything to a USB drive. Now normally this plug, this USB plug, is basically just for power connection. So basically if you hook up the ground and the two side, the left and the right side, then you're good. But because maybe the gentleman gonna hook up to a computer and using like a like a flash drive or a card reader, I wanna make sure the data lines is also gonna work. Now I changed my mind and I'm gonna use the 0.2 millimeter cable, because why not? It's nice, big components here, so we have plenty of space, and if it's something going sideways, it's a little bit easier to work with that one. Now once you soldered one side, we just using a tweezer, you put it in angle, and you're good to go. It's a nice solid connection. If it's something wrong, easy to check. If you're using the 0.02 millimeter, like what we use for HDMI repairs or something, then unfortunately you have to glue that one down all the time. If it's something wrong, is basically once you check with a tweezer, oh, is it moving, then you already ripped it. So this one we have nice big connection points, so at least I can use the rest of my little tinky cable, wire, sorry, not cable, wire. Now if you think about it, how we can handle this amazing warm summer in the UK. Look, it's in the UK it's a nice spring time is around 16 Celsius. Yeah, everybody in shirt, really. Maybe the recently migrated people not, but after I was here for 10 years in 13 degrees, I take a sunbath in the garden without shirt. This is when you know you spend too much time here. Now when it's 26 degrees, then we start feeling that we are dying here. Now when it's 33, 35 degrees, you are in trouble, basically. Alright, so in the shop I started putting out cold water for the customers and also for the couriers and postmen, because it's just inhuman, be honest. Don't take me wrong, so I know it's many places much warmer, but I felt the same way when I was in Egypt, and it was a quiet summer, and it was around 50 degrees. The wind came from the desert side to our apartment, and you opened up the window, the shutters, and you felt it's like how a chicken fat in the oven. So it was awful. This is the same here now, but I was in New York, it was 35 degrees. It was alright, you can handle it. Also most of the world you have AC, but from some reason in the UK the AC is cost 2 times more, and the electricity, especially for shops, is cost 3 times more than any normal places, so it's ridiculous. Insulation is almost is a new things here. We started insulating properly buildings around 10-15 years ago. It's the government program, and it's not like a good insulation, it's like some insulation. Alright, so recently we started this new things when actually when you rent a property it should be energy efficient. In reality, like in our building is a F category, and it shouldn't be able to rent it out, but the landlord still do, because we get an exemption from year to year. Because in paper it's found. Alright, that's enough from the house market. We have to clean up a little bit. Now this flux is not bad to clean up. As long as it's a little bit warm, so it's over 50-60 Celsius, the board, it's quite easily. You just take it off with a Q-tip. I think it should be fine. Now I just have to hook it up and see if it's all right. Alright, a quick test shows everything is fine. Now I try to make it a little bit stronger. So I'm using this special blue tack. No, it's nothing special, it's just blue tack. And we have a lot left. We can use hot glue as well, but the blue tack I think is gonna do the trick here. So the idea is when I put this closure onto the top, that blue tack is gonna stuck there and basically force it down. So because if you try to push in this USB, oh, okay, we have a tiny bit of problem here. Or did I? Yeah. Okay. Some. We have two plug. Okay. Don't ask why. I have no idea. But yeah. All right. So the glue is gonna hold if the customer is pushing in the USB. But if he start playing around it and start to lift up, it's not gonna hold. But the blue tack can hold from that way. So you just have to put it together and make sure it's have a nice connection, nice force to hold it together, and it should be fine. And we put back these legs. Now next time, if you want to give the engineers the screws and these tiny legs, then maybe the tissue paper is not the best idea, because obviously these legs gonna stick to the tissue paper and we have to remove them. It's a little bit nasty. So next time, if you have any, maybe a kitchen foil is a better option. Okay, anything. Plastic bag would be the best, but not everybody have a lot of plastic bags at home. Now, if you have a similar situation, the easiest way to take it off is just using a few drops of isopropyl alcohol, IPA or rubbing alcohol or whatever it's called in your area, and you just try to take off the paper, and basically that one is reactivate the original glue as well. So after, you just have to push it there and it's gonna be fine. If you wash down accidentally the glue, then you just use a tiny bit of B7000 glue and that's gonna hold. I'm gonna check if it's gonna hold. Because of the alcohol, it's gonna be moving around for a minute, but after, once it's dry, it's perfect. All right. So Chinese devices using easy method to fix. Don't overthink. Obviously we are not charging a fortune for this one. Our minimum fees apply. Currently that one is £39. It's a simple job. That's it. All right, I hope you enjoyed, and this one can go back to the customers. See you next time. Bye.